James went back to Daniela, asking her to give him his salary for the days that he had been working. He begged her for money, telling her his sister is dying. Besides, he worked for 3 weeks, and she did not pay him. But Daniela refused to pay him. James's sister died eventually. James was devastated. He cried, blaming his boss for the loss of his sister. Daniela took Vera to the location that the detective had sent her. She was shocked to see the kind of house her sister was living in. When they got inside, they did not find anyone, and Vera looked on the wall and was surprised when she saw a picture of James and his sister. They were shocked, but they brushed it off, thinking maybe they were dating. As they were leaving, they met James, who was very angry at Daniela. He blamed her for the death of his sister. Vera explained that they came to see Daniela's sister since this place was the location they were given by the detective. James was shocked. James admitted that Lydia was not his real sister. His parents found her in the bushes crying when she was a child. They took her in and looked for her parents, and they could not find them, so they adopted her as their own, and ever since he had been living with her as his sister. The same person that he begged money to save her life and she refused, the same person she wished for death upon every time, is her sister. Daniela was shattered. She had finally found her sister, only to lose her again. And worse still, it was her own cruelty that had pushed Lydia to her grave. The guilt consumed her. Days later, she tried to speak to James, desperate for forgiveness, but rage still burned in his eyes. He chased her away with a machete in his hand. Daniela turned to Vera, begging her to intervene, and though James refused at first, Raymond eventually convinced him to allow Daniela to be part of the burial arrangements. After the funeral, Daniela once more reached out, offering to help James get back on his feet, but he rejected her bitterly. He reminded her that he had only endured her insults for Lydia's sake, and now that she was gone, he had no reason to tolerate her any longer. It was Raymond's steady voice of reason that softened him, and slowly, reluctantly, James agreed to accept Daniela's help. Ashley offered her apology, and Daniela went further, giving James a job in her company. Time passed, and Daniela's perception of James began to shift. When Vera teased her, Daniela admitted the truth. Her feelings for James had grown. James remained unmoved. He worked as diligently as ever, even helping Ashley with her homework, but he dismissed Vera's suggestion that Daniela's heart had changed. In his eyes, Daniela was still the same cruel woman, unworthy of trust. Then, one morning, James awoke late and was stunned to find breakfast already prepared and the house spotless. Daniela had done it herself, something she had never done before. She told him softly that she wanted to change, that she liked him, and that she was sorry. James listened, but he was not ready to forgive. Later, Daniela broke down in tears to Vera, confessing that she loved James deeply and that it tore her apart knowing he hated her. She had no idea James was standing nearby, listening to every word. That night, she stumbled home drunk, and James carried her gently to her room. In her haze, she clung to him, begging for forgiveness, pleading that she had changed, and whispering that she could not bear to lose him too. The next morning, she woke to find James standing at her bedside with coffee, assuring her nothing had happened. Later that day, she visited his room, humbled and trembling, to thank him for his care. With tears in her eyes, she confessed once more that she had changed because of him and that she loved him. And finally, after everything, James forgave her. For the first time, peace returned to the household. James became part of the family. Daniela had lost her sister forever, but in her grief, she had found something unexpected. She had found love.